There might be one or two frogs down there. Maybe. So it's Monday, I'm Gazbot. I don't know that I'm going to do the daily journal thing like I did last time, but I did want to show you this. I just took a picture instead of stopping. This! My new prints are in. These are all Power Rangers. I think there's 5 new images, and that says 2, makes me think there should be a 1. This is 5 new images and 2 or 3 reprints. Just 10 of each, I believe, or 5 of a few of them. Anyway, these came in, which is good, because this will be the last print order I'm going to do for a little while. This will conclude all my new prints and my pressing reprints. And I don't plan on doing any more in the short term. I'm sure I'll do more this year. Ideally, I would finish the Horror Ray 4 artwork at least before I did any new prints. But I know that's not super realistic, especially if I do a show and I want to have some specific work for that show. But right now, I don't have any shows booked, tabling at least. I am going to be going to WonderCon in a week or so. But that will be just to have fun with my friend and maybe get some interviews for my Power Rangers channel. Yeah, but today has been a weird, good day. Very productive during the day, which I'm usually not able to. I spent about at least an hour on the horror. I finished up the last panel, and it's done. But I realized even though I did it with the Graco Wellspring format in it, it's like a little bit too big. So I have to put all the layers into one and shrink it a little bit, and then touch up the borders to make that work. Like a few things that were on the edge. So basically, all the artwork is done, but some of the stuff was falling off in the bleed a little bit. Honestly, I could probably print it as is, but I just don't want to. So, but that's where I got today. So that's good. And I also spent, I don't know, another hour just sketching 2 horror-related prints, variant covers, concepts, but like a concept as though this was a cover, which I'm on the fence about sharing because they're like kind of, I don't know, they could be considered spoilers, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I worked on those 2. And then, so now I got the prints. So sometime this week, I will be putting these up for sale and blah. Well, I spent more time on the page. I don't know, half hour, I'm not sure. And I finished it. Totally done. Now, when I compile the book and put it together, yeah, I might make a tweak because I'm a maniac. But all the art is done. All the formatting is done. Everything as I wanted. And I also spent a little more time over here working on my turtle display. I actually put a shelf in that I had taken out of this a while back. Because I have my movie turtles. I'm a big turtle fan in case you didn't know. I have my turtle figures. I have my comic book figures, which is my favorite. If I had to get rid of all the rest to keep my comic ones, I cannot believe these exist. I had these 4 like 10 years ago, and then I got a few more over the last couple of years. And the fact that they're coming out en masse at Target now. They have the clone shredders, whatever. Anyway, it's nuts that these exist, and I love them. And then this is from The Last Ronin. This will be another comic shelf. And then down here I have my cartoon ones. I love all of these. There's other turtle lines that I'm choosing not to collect because how much can I collect? But basically the main thing I did was I had 3 allocated for the cartoon, but when I saw the announcements for all the comic book ones coming out, this is going to be comics. Sorry, cartoon, you get 2, not 3. Comics are getting 2. Movie, you're pretty much done. I think unless they release a Vanilla Ice figure, I'm not getting any more here. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on the work I got done. So, the next thing I'll be working on tomorrow, well, I was going to say I'm just going to be working on Ultraman cards now, which is pretty true, but I'm going to go over to my mom's tomorrow, and there's a chance I'm going to be able to get some drawing done there, but it'll be iPad drawing, and my Ultraman cards are pretty much done with the iPad phase, with the exception of fixing one hand, so I might actually be working on the horror tomorrow anyway, so hey, that's a good, bad problem. It's a good problem to have. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, it's Tuesday. I might be doing another daily update thing. All right, Tuesday, as I said, just waking up. It is, it's 8-something, 8:15, whatever, which for me lately is not that early, but I got up a little later because my kid is still asleep, which is crazy. Daylight savings time has messed everybody up, but I've been getting some later mornings. Anyway, I took a shower and shaved in the morning, which, again, never happens. I think it's the second time in 3 years I've been able to do that. And got a cup of coffee, and I got to go deal with her in a second. But I got the files for the next page I need to ink on the horror, and I found the script page and like all the resources I would need. Loaded them into my iPad, charged up my pen, my pencil, my Apple Pencil for a while, and got that all set. And I even, I have the inks done for 11 pages so far. So I loaded those into the iPad for reference. So if I have an opportunity to get some work done at my mom's, which theoretically she says I should, I should be able to actually start working on the next page, even though that isn't my priority. It's my overall priority, but today it wasn't going to be my priority, but I'm not going to say no to that, you know, because I could work on the Ultraman cards later today or whatever. Yeah.
You have this one with...
I'm a tired buyer.
You get this one with the parrot on the back, and I'll have this
Parrot?
one with parrot.
That's an eagle, sweetie.
You get the one with the eagle on the back, and
I ordered this figure a while ago. I pre-ordered it. It just finally came in. From The Mandalorian, it was one of the backup Mandalorians that were with Bo-Katan. This is the third one that came out. Axe Wolves is his name. And I'm like, that's cool. Wolves, that's a cool name. And he's got these, you know, he has like vibro axes or something, I guess. No, his name is Axe Woves, not Wolves. And he just comes with a pistol. There's no axes. Now, here's the thing. It's always been Woves, and no one ever said he had axes. I just made that up in my head, and now I'm disappointed he's not a wolf Mandalorian with axes. So it's about 5:30. I'm running late. I'm making dinner. I just packed up an Etsy sale that I'll send out tomorrow, so that's always good. I did do a little bit of drawing at my mom's, not as much as I'd like. I basically got the new page all set up, ready to go, and decided to redraw the first panel, which I did. And now I'm not sure if I like it better than what was originally there, so it may have been a waste of time. But either way, I didn't forward like completion of inks. I just worked on it. When I got home, I did some work. It's been a little tougher than I thought today to get stuff done. But I got all my prints in, as I said. And trying to make this video, I've been interrupted two times. So I say 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I'm just going to get exaggerating. But I wanted to put those new prints up on my Etsy store and or share them on social media. Haven't shared them on social media other than me saying it right here. There are 5 new prints. 2 of them complete a set of a team. So I'll have 6 new listings. I put the 2 new ones up and the team up, but I was having more file problems, as I talked about before, where I had all the files I needed for the current ones, but then the older prints that are in the team shot, I was having a hard time finding a low-res watermarked image, and it was like, oh, that's in that other folder, the backup, the recovered stuff from my broken computer. And then I was trying to take pictures of the team shot, but I kept getting a glare, and I realized, oh, I have this rack, but it's in the garage, and so I kind of put it up, but I gotta adjust the pictures. But anyway, that was like the work I was doing. So I did a little bit of drawing on the horror, did some work on my Etsy shop, and whatever else I said that I already forget. And now I'm boiling water so I can make some rotini. But what will I eat that rotini with, you ask? Yeah, other things too. Cucumbers, maybe? I don't know.
Lunchables.
You love Lunchables? What about fruit? What fruit would you like? Ah, apparently you like pears. Pear. Apparently, get it? It's Wednesday in the late afternoon. I haven't eaten lunch yet. Eaten lunch? No. Also haven't drawn, done much productive. Well, in the world, in my house, I've done some things, but not in the way that this video brings you to see what I'm going to do, something fun, productive, art or toys or adventures. No, I've done laundry. Yeah. Online at Taco Bell. I didn't do the laundry online at Taco Bell. Well, I mean, it's in the dryer, so technically, it's Wednesday.
World, the United States, doing it in a safe way and giving out probably $600,000 to $700,000 in autographs by paying my own way there.
It's later in the day. It's about 5. I had that Taco Bell lunch, and it was delicious. And I was not feeling like getting back to work on the horror. I often feel like this on a new page. I'm really excited to see what the next page is. Like, oh yeah, it's this one. And then, like, I don't know, finishing a page is easier than starting a page, which I think is true of most people. But I really think I messed myself up redoing that first panel because thinking about getting into it is like, So am I going to finish that first panel that I redid or go back to the other? I'm like, maybe I'll just do another panel. But then I remembered, oh, wait, right. I'm not supposed to be working on the horror. I worked on it yesterday because that was my opportunity, but I need to get these Ultraman cards done. And I got 2 of them transferred and ready to print out from my iPad. I have 7 more to transfer. And then I remembered, oh, right. The third one was this Ultraman Jack that had a hand I didn't like that I started redrawing the other day. So I need to finish that. Theoretically, I could just move on and get other stuff done, but I want to get some drawing done. So I'll do the drawing on this one and then, do the grunt work, production, whatever stuff. And I don't know exactly how long I've been working on it. More than an hour. I would say between an hour and a half. Just redrawing this hand and tweaking the arm, blah, blah. And I think it's better. I'm still not happy with it. And going back to things I've said before, it's like, it was passable, but just objectively wrong. And I tried to look up pictures of people and I took a video and a photo. I don't know why. I'm pretty decent at looking at something and copying. I'm no photorealist by any stretch of the imagination, no matter how hard I would try. But I'm decent at looking at something and copying it. If I look at a picture of if I look at this Scorpion action figure, it's going to come out better than if I just do Scorpion from my head. The costume's going to look better and, I'll make it look like that expression or something. But I literally took a picture of my hand holding something in that position and can't replicate it. It's closer, but then it becomes this thing where I'm trying to Frankenstein what I think looks right to me with the picture I have, and it's just not, and that's what and I'd go back and forth and redraw it 50 times. I may, I think I'll put that, I'm going to put the Ultraman Jack card up. I may have already shared the process for it before, but the time I've spent, you'll just see hand, arm, hand, finger, hand, just being drawn and redrawn, and that's what I've done. So I've stopped. I'm going to print that out and I'm going to be done. But that's what I've done today, which feels like a huge waste of time for a card that, I like doing it, but the money is not there. Like it is not, there's no money in it at all. It's all prestige, all joy. But the joy is saying, hey, I got to work on Ultraman, not I redrew this hand 15 times and I'm still not happy with it. But that's, I'm working, I'm doing it. Dinner's in less than an hour. I'm not cooking today. Once I get this printed out, I don't know, I'm going to do something else. But I don't know. I'm going for a walk, and it's the after-dinner kind, yes. Bad Religion, the gray race. They knew what they were saying. No, I'm not supposed to be doing... What? Anyway, it's not quite dark out. It's going on 7. I printed out 3 of the Ultraman cards, and, yeah, I don't know. I might go back and do more production sort of work after this walk. Gonna get a blood test tomorrow, so I gotta do fasting. I didn't really eat much for dinner. I just had some cauliflower and cheese. That's not gonna hold me over until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, is it? No. Excuse me. All right, I pull... What? All right. I pull myself together. Putting away my scissors. 10 cards I needed to get off of my iPad onto my computer. I did that with 8 of them. I finished redrawing the one hand. I printed out 3 of them. For those that don't know, my process is terrible and long. I print them out at 50% opacity. Use a pencil to put graphite on the back of it. Cut it out. Now I'll artist tape this to the card and trace it like old school carbon paper and then ink it. So I have 3 ready to go. I have 5 more on my computer that I need to turn into gray and print out and do what I just did there. And then I have 2 that I did. 4 of them I did combo cards. I forget what you call them. Joining cards, connected cards, I guess, where they could function on their own, but if you get both of them, it makes a big picture. And one of them was good to go. The other one isn't lining up right, so I'm gonna have to go back and adjust the art on that. Not today. It's 8 o'clock. I feel like it wasn't a productive day, but I put in a couple hours of work on just art stuff. I also packaged up another print, and I shipped out 2 packages of prints, I should say. Which brings me to a little tip, which you may or may not care about or know or whatever. I have an Etsy store, and occasionally people ask me to hey, do you have this character? Could you do this? Especially with my Power Rangers and things like that, where I have, 100 characters. But do you have this one that you don't have? And my standard answer, especially if it's something I'm going to do in the future anyway, is yes, I know I don't have that. I'm sorry. Thank you for asking. If you want, I plan on doing that character eventually, but, and my prints for my Power Rangers, for example, $10 for those prints. I'll say, usually I'll say for $30, I will make that my next print. You will get one, maybe I'll give them free shipping or something and just bump it to the top of the line, or you could wait. And 99.9% of the time, people are like, never mind. Once in a while, they're like, okay, I'll bump it up, And that's great because it's something I eventually would have gotten to anyway. It bumps to the front of the line. They get what they want right away. I get a couple extra bucks and incentive to do it immediately. But someone had asked me, I just finished, there's a Power Rangers team called Time Force, and I had 4 of the 6 members. And somebody had bought those 4 and asked me about the other 2 a few months back, and I gave them my spiel, and they're like, I don't even know if they responded. They either said no or didn't respond. But I just got them done. I just put them on the shop. I haven't even really advertised it yet. But I messaged them, I'm like, hey, just so you know, they're both available. Bought them immediately. So, you know, free sale. I'm going to go through my other private messages and see if anybody else asked me for the ones I just printed, because it theoretically should be Insta sales. But yeah, that's what I did today. Today's Wednesday. I'm going to go watch The Mandalorian. Goodbye. Yep. It's good morning time, and it's early. I got up before 7 today, and I'm not coherent. I just transferred the other files over after having some difficulties with the cloud for some reason. As you can see, I pop them in here, grayscale 50%. And that's what I'm trying to get done this morning real quick. All right, a little bit less than an hour. I'm a little bit more awake, and I got a few more of these, which are my carbon paper thingers. I got one more I got to cut out, and then I have to adjust the art on the other 2 and get them done. I did not have a good night's sleep last night, which is not that uncommon. But what is uncommon is I can't have any coffee. And here's the thing, I don't necessarily always wake up and have caffeine. For a while I was off caffeine for a couple of years, and I'm not on that, but I do try to not drink it all day. But I'll at least wake up and have a decaf. I like coffee, so I'll have a decaf coffee or tea, whatever. I'm getting a blood test done with fasting, so I can't have that. And it's normally first thing in the morning is how I like to do it. So I wake up and I go, and then I can drink my coffee and eat breakfast or whatever. But it's not until 10:45. So it's like 8 o'clock. So I got almost 3 more hours. I got at least 3 more hours before I can eat or drink anything. And I've got conflicting reports on whether or not I can have water more than a sip or 2. So I'm also kind of thirsty already. Anyway, that's it for work for right now. I'm going to open this door, and there's my cat. What's up? You got something to say? Oh, she's quiet now. It's Thursday still. It's almost dinner time. I need to make dinner. I had a blood test today, so I had to do that, and I had to do the fasting thing, which I said I could have drank water. I could have even had a little bit of black coffee, maybe tea, which is what I thought, but the people at the doctor's office told me no, nothing. So I went there like very thirsty and tired, and they're like, no, it would have been better if you drank water, which is what I thought. They're like, it gets the blood flowing, we can find the veins, it's way better to be hydrated. And I'm like, I agree. But anyway, then went out to a nice lunch with my family, and came home and did a bunch of stuff, nothing productive. Well, I would say nothing productive, meaning I didn't do art or art-related tasks. But because I did that stuff in the morning, and I did a little bit just now, I have 8 of my 10 cards in a little pile over here, ready to go. I'm going to I only have a few minutes, but I'm going to see if I could just real quick work on those other 2 and connect them up a little bit better. Because my goal, I don't know if I'll have a lot of time to work tonight, but my goal is to just get these all ready to go by tomorrow. That's my goal. And if I do a little bit of drawing on these cards, hey, I did some drawing today, which is another one of my goals. Because if I didn't do that, like maybe I'll sketch something or work on the horror for 5 minutes, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna do that right now. Yes. That didn't happen, and now I'm cooking dinner. Still Thursday, well, technically Friday. It's 12:01. I'm up late. I shouldn't be. Not drawing. Taxes. I realized I gotta get my taxes done today, tomorrow. So I've been putting all that together, which is today has just not been a fun day. I gotta be honest, other than the fact that I had some Taco Bell, today has not been the funnest day. I was gonna try to draw something right now, and then I realized how late it was, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just draw in the morning. I will make a point of drawing in the morning, because I will do something. I would just be forcing myself to push a pen around the tablet, or pen, the stylus, whatever, just to say I did it, and like, what's the point of that? So tomorrow, maybe I could do something. Hey, real quick, it is 8:30 a.m. Friday. I did work a little more yesterday. I got all of these made, all 10 of these. I finished the art adjustments I needed to. And this morning I did a quick sketch of boots just for something to throw up on the internet and to just draw something. I don't love it, but there it is. And now I gotta start my Friday. So I got ambitious today. Trying to multitask, and I wanted to put up this little cabinet here that I've been wanting to put up forever. And it's drywall. There's no, I'm terrible at this stuff, by the way. There's no studs. There's a stud in the middle, but it's a 25-pound thing, so I wanted to put some good anchors. These hold supposedly up 50 to 90 pounds each, so I'm like, okay, that'll be good, because there's like glass on it and stuff, and if it falls, it'll be terrible. So I measured how far from the wall and how far down from the top of the cabinet the holes were. I used a level with the ruler and marked them up, and I put these in. I drilled it and everything, and then it would not fit. I could not get both screws in. So then I remembered, oh, well, I took off the glass doors and I pulled everything out so there's little holes, and I'm like, right, I hold it, put the level on top of that, got a different reading than I did with the ruler, which happens all the time. And when I looked, it should be just below there. So if I leave this one and I put this one just below there, then it'll be fine, except that this is near this huge hole I just made. So if I put it there, if I pull that out now, it doesn't have the integrity of the wall. So I have to take both of them out and like move the whole thing down an inch, or just leave, I'm gonna leave those in. Move the whole thing down like an inch. This is par for course. I've done this many times, and no matter how much I measure, prepare, check the level, think I'm doing it right, look for studs, every single time I end up with extra holes and wasted materials, and I hate it. I hate doing this, and the few times I've hired someone to do it for me, it's super expensive, and they don't do that much better of a job. So I don't know what the deal is. What, is this just hard for everyone? I don't know. So you can't take these out because they kind of bend and sink themselves in. So I put a new one in and left the old one out, and then I was like, oh, I don't have another one of these. So I tried to take that one out, and it won't come out. So now I can't do anything. Now I just have a pile of stuff laying around. And I'll have to go to the store and get more, I guess. I hate this. I hate this. So I went to the store. I went to Ace, because Ace, they will actually like help you as opposed to Lowe's or Home Depot, or, you know, they'll kind of point in the direction. But Ace, they're like, oh, well, at least the one by me. They're like, hey, what are you doing? You need help? I'll find it, you know. And was good because they didn't have the brand or even the exact thing I was looking for. So they gave me these other ones, which are supposed to, even though there's no metal, they're supposed to hold up to 75 pounds. Fine, whatever, I got more of those. The problem I'm having now is I put the second one here, and I need a second one here. But if I measure it or do any like math or pre-planning like I did before, it might come out wrong again. The only way to be sure is to have it up on the wall with that one fastened, and then put a little like mark through the hole in the shelf I'm putting up. The only way to do that I could think of is to get this one fixed on there, so it's connected on one side, put the level on top, and then make a mark and unscrew this, and then put the thing in, put them both in. But the other thing I forgot, and I've had this problem before, is I can't figure out how to get this up there. Like I need to put the screw through a piece of wood that I can't see through to hit that little hole. And now there's two of them. I've been trying to do that for like the last 10 minutes. So eventually I'll succeed at that, and then have to undo it and do it 2 more times. What? Well, I did it. I'm not thrilled with it. This took me, I don't know how long, a couple hours. It's on there. It was just dumb luck, just like blindly, finally got it in, and then got the other, and just took forever. I'm not confident it's as secure as it should be. It's not super heavy, so hopefully it's fine. But I got these IKEA lights, 2 of which are burned out. When you open it up, you can't even see a bulb. It's like, oh, and I guess I don't know how to pull the cover off. And I used to have it set up somewhere else in a different house with 2 of them, and it went behind a couch, and there's all this wire, because it's not like, oh, you plug it in. It's like you plug it into a transformer, into this, and then there's like just miles of wire. So I gotta figure out how to do something with this wire now, and buy 2 new bulbs and somehow open those and replace them, or get rid of all of that and get a new light, or leave the light out of it. But I'm not dealing with that today. This is done. Way bigger project than I wanted it to be. Super frustrating. Yeah. And if you're thinking this wasn't an urgent thing, why are you doing this? You're right. It's not an urgent thing, but I have a million not urgent things that haven't been getting done. Which is why this is in the front room of my house. Nah. No, it's not Thursday. It's Saturday morning. Yeah, yesterday I didn't get any work done. Oh, wait, did I? The only drawing I got done was that sketch of Boots in the morning, so I'm glad I did that. And I was gonna say I didn't get any work done on the Ultraman cards, but I don't actually know if that's true. Anyway, where I am is they're all ready to go. I need to tape them to the cards and transfer them, whatever. Hopefully I'll do some of that later today, but today is a big, my mom's coming over and we're gonna be doing a bunch of yard work, which is my absolute favorite thing. As you can tell, I love housework, yard work, handyman stuff, all of these things. Nope, but you know, I guess I'm an adult and I gotta do them. So that is gonna be a big chunk of my day today. And then hopefully later tonight, I'll have the energy and fortitude to do some art. Yard work, continuing. It's the afternoon. Just had lunch, mostly doing weeding things. And I also was moving before the yard work, I was moving a bunch of boxes in the living room related to what I was showing you earlier. And now I'm doing this, and it was shady earlier, you see. Now, not so much. It's terrible now. Or is it? Yes. Yes, this is the glamour. This is the glamour. 10:45 a.m. Sunday. It's overcast, but in a pleasant way. For whatever reason, I know, because I have that shelving unit set up and I want to fill it with some Tron figures so I could empty a little box, get that out of the house, get that set up. And over the last day or two, I've looked through all that big pile of boxes. I've looked at my office, and now I'm looking in the garage for just this small box that, unless it was lost in the move, should be easy enough to find because it was just a little box, all Tron figures and memorabilia and stuff. And it's small, like bigger, like a shoebox, a little smaller. In the process of that, I started cleaning out the garage because, I don't know. And so no, I haven't started drawing yet. And I even said a thing on my Instagram last night, I forgot, like, hey, tell me a character, I'll do a 15-minute warm-up sketch, which I didn't do because I didn't do any drawing. So in a minute, I'm gonna give up on this. I'm gonna wash my hands, make a cup of coffee, go upstairs, do that 15-minute drawing that I committed to, and then work on some Ultraman cards and or the Horror 4. Oh, my taxes, I didn't finish my taxes. This week is rough. It's not the best week for productivity. I mean, I'm doing lots of stuff, just nothing I want to be doing. And this week coming up is going to be a good week, but a busy week. I have a couple activities I got to take the kid to, and then I'm going to see a movie Wednesday night, and then my friend's coming in from out of town Thursday. So there's a lot going on. So I'm worried. I don't want to break the momentum I've had with art productivity and output. And between this week and next week, it's going to be an effort. I forgot I also needed to clean off, move, and take pictures of a dryer that we're selling. So it never ends. It never ends. Ultra good. Ow. I gotta do a load of laundry today too. All right, I did my warm-up sketch. Well, it's not a warm-up sketch. I did what was supposed to be a warm-up sketch that I committed to yesterday. I did it today. And it was supposed to be 15 minutes. It was probably closer to a half hour. It's fine. I'm probably putting the process up here throughout this video so you can see what's going on. And now I'm back to finishing my taxes. It's almost lunchtime. My goal is to finish the taxes by lunchtime. And then the second half of my day is going to be more busy. More busy. So I'll try to find some time to work on Ultraman and or the horror. But yeah, I got to get these taxes done. Okay. It's Sunday night. It's Sunday night. Failure. Failure in the sense that I did draw that muscle character, so I spent like almost 30 minutes drawing today, but I got a ton of stuff done today. None of it was Ultraman, Horror 4, or other drawing other than that one sketch, but had something to post up to look at. Yeah, this is like my third daily vlog video in a row. I don't think the next one will be like this because while it's a little bit easier in the moment and it feels kind of therapeutic and chatty and I like it and I like the intimacy and the immediacy and the chaos, it takes way longer to edit. So like this is Sunday night and I'm like, oh, to do it properly, I do it until Sunday night and then I've been putting them up on Monday. Now that doesn't really matter. I could put it up later or whatever, but now either tonight or tomorrow morning or sometime I'm gonna then have to edit it and put it up. So I will do these sometimes, but this can't be my standard format, at least with my current time constraints. I'm also extremely tired. I didn't get much sleep last night, and all weekend I've been pushing myself. So this is a quiet, boring ending. So yes.
I was wondering if you were filming so you could see the arcade stuff in the back.
I was wondering if you're going to poke your head in to make my boring ending less boring.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, folks. It's still boring.
Oh.